Family, LLG in the house. What is going on? This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life. Avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. Yes, 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 yes. We are starting our week, y'all, and I'm so excited about this week. As you know, we've got a little different schedule, and so if this has surprised you, it just popped up. Hey, we're getting started right here and right now. That's right. So, whatever platform you are on right now, welcome to our show. Welcome to our pop up live. Whatever country, whatever city, state, village, town, wherever you are right now, I am so excited that you are coming through and that you're getting to hang out with us. So, go ahead and drop in the chat where you are from as we go ahead and get started. As you know, we start our fast at the beginning of the week, and usually we start our fast on Tuesdays, which would be tomorrow. But we're starting it early today because this week is a special week. This is a Thanksgiving week. And one of the things that we learn here and we teach here is that your health routine, your health plan has to be flexible enough so that it fits into your life. Otherwise, guess what? It doesn't work, y'all, right? When we did our series called Play Your Own Game, and Play Your Own Game, the premise of that series was that everybody is heading for some common markers, some common goals, but how we get there can be very, very different. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that. But this week we're changing our schedule just a little bit. We're doing our starting our fast one day early because just in a few days, many of us are traveling. People are coming to visit us. We've got different schedules that are going to be happening. And so we wanted to increase my chances of staying on my routine. And so we pushed our fast one day early. We'll come back and say more about that. So I've got what I'm going to eat right now for my final meal before I get into the fast for this week. So we'll share that here in just a minute. So once again, wherever you are, whatever city, state, country, wherever you are from, we are so happy that you are here, that you're hanging out with us. And a special shout out to our accelerator members who are out there watching. So glad that you guys have come through and that you are hanging out with us right now. So let's kind of back up, okay, and let's give a little bit of what's going to happen this week. Well, let me do it a little differently. That was my plan. I'm going to do it that way, but let's do it the other way. So fasting. Fasting is a tool that we're using, the tool to help us right our metabolism. It is one of the pillars of the health action plan. So if you've not done that yet, you want to go back and you want to make sure that you review that so that you understand what the pillars are. But fasting is one of those pillars. And it is a tool that we use, a tool that we teach, a tool that is designed to help us reset our body, to get the body ready for the things that it wants to do as it tries to repair. A fascinating thing about the human body is that the body has tremendous capacity to create an environment that rights itself. So the body likes to be in this word that we call homeostasis. That means sameness. It's always trying to stay within a particular range. It's designed to do that. That's why when you have things like high blood pressure, right? The reason that you have high blood pressure is that the body is trying to compensate for something else that's going on. The reason that you have high blood sugars is that the body's trying to compensate for something else that's going on. The reason we put on weight is because the body's trying to compensate for something else that's happening. But if we give the body the right environment, the right tools, the right situation, then it actually has a capacity to do what we want it to do, and that is to repair. And so fasting is a tool that allows us to create an environment where the body is efficiently doing the things that it needs to do to keep us healthy. Okay, so that's the reason for fasting. Now, there's so many more things that we can talk about in terms of fasting, but that's the basis, that's the premise for what we're using fasting for in this space, in this environment, in this particular situation. We talk about fasting in lots of different ways. So we've done shows where we talk about the types of fasts, whether you do intermittent fasting, 6, 12 and 12, 16, 8, alternate day fasting, whether you do one meal a day, whether you do extended fasting and so forth. So we've done that shows. We've done those shows. We've also done shows where we've talked about fasting to treat and to help improve specific disease processes, like which one should you use for weight, or which one should you use for metabolism, which one should you use for blood pressure, and so forth, which one should you use for inflammation. So those shows are out there on our channel. And so as you are going through the channel, you'll see us talking about different aspects of fasting. But but the fasting itself, as we are using it, we want to know how it works. We want to know what it's doing, and we want to know, is it effective? Okay, so as we're talking about fasting, we already have the background. We already understand why we're doing it. We already know what some of the benefits are. And so now the question is, how do we do it successfully? And so that's where you find us right now. So this pop-up is really the start of our fasting journey for the week. On a weekly basis, I set time aside, and our community sets time aside, where we are fasting in order to reset the system. And the system right now, we're just calling the entire body the system. There's specific things that we could talk about, but reset the system. It allows the body to calm. It allows the body to become more insulin sensitive. It allows the body to rest. It allows the body to decrease the anxiety and the cortisol and the stress hormones and increase growth hormone, all the things that go on in the body. That's what it does. Okay. So on a weekly basis, we come aside and we are starting the process of going through the week to be able to reset the body. Now, one of the things that we've been talking about, if you're following our Blueprint series, is the idea behind Blueprints is not that it is a motivation for you to get into a healthy lifestyle. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. So part of the Blueprint series that we're doing right now is it is not a motivation for you to want to go and get healthy. Most of us already have the desire and the motivation to get healthy. In fact, every time you think to yourself, man, I got to eat better. Man, I got to exercise. Man, I've got to get more rest. Man, whatever the next phrase is, that is motivation. Because you've seen something in your life. You've seen some lab result, you've seen the mirror, you've seen the weight, you've seen or felt the fatigue, you felt the joint ache, the joint pain. There's already motivation there. So the point of the Blueprint series is not to motivate you. The point of the Blueprint series is to say, hey, I already know that I need to do this. I'm already motivated in this moment to do this. How do I take this moment, this spark that I just had, that idea, hey, I got to do that. How do I take that and make it successful into the future? Right? Because most of us have had some days where you're like, man, today I'm going to be good. Today I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go rest. Today I'm not going to stress. Today I'm going to eat better. Today whatever today is. Most of us have had those days, and we've done it that day. But then the next day happens. And it is the next day that actually causes the problem. And so I've had people ask me this week, hey, are you going to fast? It's Thanksgiving. Hey, are you going to fast and starve yourself during the holidays? And I couch my answer in all honesty and in all sympathy and in all rightness. Okay. And I remember when I was in medical school and when I was in residency and when I was in fellowship and now as I run my own practice, I don't say to myself, oh, I got to get away from those things. When I was in residency, people would call me and say, hey, can you come? I said, no, I can't come because I'm on call. Hey, can you come? I was like, no, I can't come because I'm working. Hey, can you come? No, I can't come because I got patients scheduled. And so my life is built around the things in my life that are important. So on your job, guess what? Your entire schedule is built around your work. So right now at this moment, very few of you could say, you know what? I'm not going to work today. And when I say I can say that, I don't mean that you can't say it. You can say it, but there are consequences, right? You don't get paid that day, or there's a project that's working that you've got to do that, whatever it is. And so I recently had a friend of mine give a seminar, and he was talking about something totally different than what we're talking about here. And it was entitled, "If you don't treat it like a job, you won't get paid." Right? I didn't go to the seminar, but I understand some of the concepts that he was talking about. And here is the thing. If we don't treat our health like a job, then we're always struggling. I want that to sink into you. Just like your work, just like the things that you do on a daily basis, you get benefit from it because you treat it with respect and with responsibility. You don't just up and decide one day, well, I'm not doing that anymore, or I'm not going in today, or I don't feel like it today. Yeah, I'm quiet. I'm pausing because I want that to sink into you. And so our health is the most important thing that we own. There are actually two: time and health. It is the most important thing that you have. If you've got health and you've got time, you can do whatever you want. You can grow, you can expand, you can make money, you can learn, you can get married, you can build a house, you can build a business, you can write a book, you can, if you have time and health. But if you don't have one of those two, guess what? It gets pretty dicey, doesn't it? And you've probably heard me say here in this space that most of us, aside from sleeping, give away most of our time to other people, to the job, to the wherever it is. And so here, the fasting space is not designed to motivate, is not designed to um, beat you over the head, is not designed to restrict you, is designed as a tool that you get to use to improve your health, improve your metabolism. And so we are pushing our fasting up a day, um, right? So we fast once a week. Now, here's the thing: the fasting may look differently. So in this week, um, the plan is, so I'm starting the fast today. Tomorrow will be 24 hours. The next day will be 48 to 56 hours. On Thanksgiving Day, which is coming up here in another 2, 3 days, right? That day is probably going to be different, right? Because this week, maybe I'll do a 56-hour fast. We'll hang out with the family on Thanksgiving, and then we'll pick the fast back up after that. At least that's the plan right now. But the point is that we are fasting. I want you to get that. The point is that I'm not putting the tool down because it is this week. The tool changes, it adjusts, it adapts, but it doesn't go away. I want you to hear that. Right? It is designed to do a particular thing. Now, this week we've been talking, or this last several weeks, we've been talking about the Blueprint series. And the Blueprint series is this idea that the reason that we don't have long-term success is because there is not structure. And that goes for not just health, it goes for think about your life. When there is not structure, then things are less likely to be successful and to maintain long-term success. And so the blueprint series that we're in is designed to say, what are the key features that I need to have in place so that as I move into the future, I can be successful when it comes to my health over the long haul, right? And notice we started the blueprint series in at the beginning of this last quarter of the year. So we're not waiting until January 1 to say, okay, what do I need to do now for the year? No, when we hit January 1, we need to be running. And so the idea behind blueprints is let's get the system in place so that come January 1, boom, we're off to the tracks. Right? Because remember, think about it. It takes, January comes around, it takes a little while for you to kind of get into the motions, right? So let me think about it. Let me put this in place. No, 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 let's not do that. We already have the structure. We already have the plan. We already have the blueprint. Come on now. Blueprints for your health. That's the idea. That's the series that we're in. I already have the blueprint. It's already laid out. Now, let me just follow the blueprint as I move into the future. Okay. So fasting, fasting, fasting. So we're going to fast. So I've got right here what I'm going to eat for this last time. But let me go ahead. Let me pop over here. I see, Cornelia is out there. So let me say hi to Cornelia. Cornelia says, hi, Dr. Wood. And let me take that down because I think okay. Oops, there we are. Hi, Dr. Wood and LLG. Thank you for this pop-up. You are so welcome. You're so welcome, Cornelia. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out with us. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at what I've got over here. And usually I have whatever they bring in for lunch. Today I actually went down to the cafeteria like I normally do, and I got well, let me just put it up. I got a salad, and I did get I always get those hamburger patties from down there. So let's do this. Okay, first let's turn that on. All right. So here we are. So I went downstairs to the cafeteria, and so I've got the salad. It's a fixin', the basis of a salad. And in the salad, there are cucumbers. Here we've got some tomatoes, banana peppers, and you guys know I love chickpeas, so there's some chickpeas in there. There's lettuce underneath here, and some cheese. And this, what you see on here, this is ranch dressing. And then I'm going to grab my hamburger patty, which is right here, and I'm going to just pop that right over there to the side. So that's going to be my protein, and there's some cheese in it. I asked them to put some pepper jack cheese and to put some, I think there's cheddar and pepper jack. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll pop up again the Balanced Bites, our Balanced Bites slide, and let's talk through that a little bit. So Balanced Bites says that we're looking at whole foods, right? We're minimizing processed foods. We are avoiding added sugar. We got lean protein, healthy fats, starchy and non-starchy vegetables, leaning more towards the non-vegetables, tasty and flavorful, and then we want portion controlled. Okay, so that's Balanced Bite. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this. So whole foods, and in here, of course, the cheese, the salad dressing, and the hamburger patty are not whole foods, right? The hamburger patty is processed, right? They ground it up, and I'm hopefully they didn't do anything else to it, but right, it was just hamburger. So that would be processed. Whole foods, minimize processing. So we've got that. The no added sugar. So the salad dressing probably has a little bit of sugar in there. I'm guessing. Nothing else here has sugar in it. We've got lean protein, healthy fats. Hamburger patty is going to be my protein. Chickpeas has some protein in it. The cheese has some protein in it, but that's pretty much it. And it's lean. Healthy fats, same thing: cheese, salad dressing, and hamburger patty. and starchy, non-starchy vegetables. There aren't any starchy vegetables in this plate. Everything is non-starchy. We've got tasty and flavorful. I'm expecting it's going to be tasting good. And we want to make sure that we have appropriate portions. And this looks like it's an appropriate portion, right? I didn't measure it. I didn't weigh it, but that's what it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to grab some of this and I'm going to start eating. Mm. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It's good. It's good. Now, once again, let me go through my salad, right? So I eat salads because the salad gives me bulk. It keeps me fuller longer. As I get into the fast, and we've done, where we talked about what's happening in the body with the fast. As I get into the fast, I want to make sure that I'm not setting myself up for challenges in the fast. So eating something that keeps me full as much as possible will help me with any cravings I may have. Yeah, so it gives me bulk. When I eat a salad, the fiber in the salad may also blunt any carbs or anything I may have eaten before. Like what did I have? Earlier this morning, I had a bag of Cheez-Its. Okay. And I don't know, recently, they've had some good ones down in the cafeteria. I come in the morning, I grab it, I put it on my shelf, which shouldn't do because I'm trying to keep my environment clean. But I came in here for something, came in on a break, and there they were on the shelf. I wasn't hungry. Excuse me. I didn't need them, but I ate them. And so the salad helps to blunt that. Okay. So come on now, we just keep it real. Don't pretend that life is always going to be, there's not ever going to be that time when you're going to pick something off your pattern. That's one of the other reasons, by the way, that our health plans don't work, because we design a health plan for a perfect world. And you may not realize it, but we don't live in a perfect world. All kinds of stuff happens. As a matter of fact, yesterday we went to a function, having a great time, and ended up in the ER for a couple hours. Unexpected, right? So life happens, and the life happening is life. By the way, as a matter of fact, let me do it. Let me do this other view. Right. So we often comment that life happens, but life happening is life. And so we can't design for the perfect. We've got to design for what it is. And so this was just another reason. So look at all these connections that are coming through, right? So that's why I tell people that you should have your default meal. What is the default meal you're going to have? So that and at any particular time, wherever you are, you don't have to worry about what's available. You already have your default meal in mind. And whatever's around you, you pick the pieces of whatever's around you to create the default meal. That's why I love when I start my fast on Tuesdays, because on my fast on Tuesdays is just based the food I eat, my last meal, is just based on what's around me. I already have my default meal in mind, and I just create what I'm going to eat based on what's around me. This, y'all, is so good. All right, let's see who we got out here. So we saw Comedian Jennifer. Jennifer said, "How are y'all? Quick high then off. I can't stay. Hearing, watching people eating. Enjoy hearing." Thank you for coming through, Jennifer. And then Cornelia says, "Hi, Jennifer. I totally understand. I'm about to eat, so I'm okay." Okay. So yeah, so Jennifer, good point, Jennifer. So I'll take that off. Here we go. So what's your default meal? Okay, so always having that in mind. Now, as you go through the holidays, as you go through the holidays, I want you to keep a couple of things in mind. Number one, you don't have to be perfect. This is good. But I'm also pausing for effect. Your plan during the holidays is to connect. Family, friends, the season, connect. Your meal plan is a part of who you are. That doesn't have to be stressful. That does not have to be perfect. You are someone who, whatever the meal plan is, or whatever the health plan is, you are somebody who fasts. You are someone who eats balanced bites. You are someone who exercises. You are that person, and it goes with you wherever you go. And so you don't have to explain it. You don't have to apologize for it. You don't have to worry about it. That means then also that if you are somewhere and you said, well, I'm gonna fast, okay? Or I'm fasting, and we're going to this place, and I'm worried about what's gonna happen when I get there. Don't wait till you get there to make a decision. Decide what you're gonna do prior to getting there. If you want to eat, say, I'm ending my fast, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna eat, and maybe that's the end of your fast, or you're going to pick the fast up. Like I just said, we'll do 56 hours and likely do Thanksgiving, and then we'll pick up after Thanksgiving. So we'll do our 56 hours, which is the reason, by the way, that I'm doing a day early, because we're getting the fast in. So decide prior to showing up to the function. What are you going to do? If you decide you're going to fast, then own that and fast. But if you decide that you are not going to fast, own that as well. You are not wrong. You are not bad. You are not amoral. If you decide not to fast, that's a choice. Because fasting is a tool that you're using, and you are using the tool. Notice I said you, right? You're using the tool. So when I go to the garage to get a hammer, the hammer doesn't dictate how I use it, other than it has a handle and, right? But the hammer doesn't say, hey, you got to hit this nail 5 times with me. Mm-mm. It's like I hit the nail, and sometimes I put the nail in crossway and take it back out. I get to use the hammer. And so as you are in your space, wherever it's going to be, right? Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're there for connection. Use the tool. Decide before you get to the function what you're going to do, and own that. Don't fight that battle in your head. If you decide to eat, I am eating. Done. No guilt, No remorse. No, oh, what a bad person. Oh, I should have been able to. No, no. You make a decision, own the decision, go with it. And if you decide to fast, own the decision. Don't, man, I'm missing out on, man, oh, I should have been. No, own the decision. Decide what it's going to be, and that's it. Okay? Because what you don't want to do, what you don't want to do is you want, well, let me say it the other way. I'm not going to say what you don't want to do. What you want to do is you want to be in charge. I am making the decision to fast or not to fast. I'm not letting the situation decide for me. Because I know there's going to be some good stuff. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons that I am going to be doing my fasting the way I'm doing it is because I'm going to be cooking when I get out to family. All right. And I'm going to be cooking. And so if I'm cooking, y'all, you best be sure I'm going to eat something. Mm-hmm. Is what it is. And notice I said, excuse me, that I may pick the fast back up. I don't have to. This is not tit for tat. Excuse me. Give me just a sec. Right. This is not a, oh, you've been bad, so you got to make up the day. It's a personal decision. Personal decision that fits how I function, how I'm playing my game. And you get to play the game your way. Okay. All right. So once again, don't let your health plan dictate for you. The health plan is your tool. You are the driver. You are the operator. This is so good, y'all. You're the driver. You're the operator. You get to say how this thing goes. Okay? All right. So we're going to stop there. So once again, this week's fast. Glad that I get to hang out with you guys. Tonight, we will be doing our show, Dwain Woode MD Live, as we talk about reflection. So last week we talked about resilience and what that means, the ability to bounce back, the ability to absorb, the ability to be consistent and persistent. And so now what do you do with that? What do you do with that? And reflection is a superpower that we often ignore. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Well, not a little bit. We're going to talk about that tonight. Make sure you join us on Dwain Woode MD Live, 7 p.m. right here on the channel, 7 p.m. Central, by the way. For the rest of the week, things are going to look a little different, just like we did today. We have our fasting that started today. Tomorrow, we're going to do a check-in at our regular time when we would start the fast, when we do our check-in. That will put us at 24 hours. Then we'll do a pop-up, tomorrow, 24 hours. We'll do a check-in later that evening, which will be essentially our 33 hour. Like if you were with us in a normal week, that would be kind of our 33 hours. It'll be a little earlier than that because we have some schedule changes. We've got some travel that we're going to be doing. The rest of the week will look different. In the spaces that you're expecting something to be here, something will be there, but it may not be a live like we're doing right now. So we will have something in the space for the 56-hour check-in. We will have something in the space for the complete fasting review that we do on Fridays. So all those, there will be something in that space. It may not be me doing a live. It may be a pop-up, a pre-recorded or recorded, something that you will see there. So don't don't think there's nothing there. So if you're free and you are available and you say, hey, I'm going to go to the channel, come on in, because there is something here as well. For our accelerator members, the community is open. Will be open. So go ahead and drop your comments, drop your chats, drop pictures of what you're doing at the time. We'd love to see that. For the rest of you who are in the community, here on the channel, you can drop comments, you can drop chats in here as well. On Saturday night, this past Saturday, we aired a program in Video from the Vault, which was a year ago, our Thanksgiving program. So that would be a good one to go back and watch. And one of the comments I had that was made by a community member who recently joined us was that it was interesting to see where people were a year ago and to see the benefits that they've had to this point. So if you were with us a year ago, or you actually, even if you weren't with us a year ago, go back and watch that show and then come on back and see those same people that are in the community and see some of the things that are going on with them. Okay? All right. Well, I'm excited because we started the fast. We're doing it this week, so we're not abandoning that. We've changed it up a little bit, and this is a perfect opportunity for us to see our health action plan in real life. All right, because like I said, sometimes we plan for the pristine and the perfect, and when real life, quote unquote, happens, then it throws us for a loop. So I want you to understand that real life is happening all the time, but there are some occasions where we get to actually look at it under a microscope. And this next few months or few weeks really is a perfect opportunity to do that, because we want to make sure that you understand that this is something that can be done wherever, whenever, by whomever. Okay? All right. Well, glad that you are here. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for hanging out with us. As always, I get to walk along with you. Thank you for the opportunity to do that. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. I am here to help you to have success in your health, just like you're having in other areas of your life. I want you to be able to show up for those things that are so important in your life, the family, the friends, the community, the dreams that you've been pouring into. And in order to do that, you've got to be healthy and you've got to be around. You don't need superhuman strength. What you need is a strategy you can trust. You need a plan you can follow, and you need the support and the determination to keep showing up every single time. All right. Well, thank you for coming through. We are excited for you. Let us know what's going on. Join us tonight on our show and as we go through the rest of the week. All right. Bye bye, everybody. We will see you in the space and we'll see you in the community.